Alright, what the deal, y'all? We got a video of the documentary on Instagram, so I don't need to explain a lot about that. Everybody know what I mean. Everybody know the concept of the video. But hey, let's react to it and see what the guy's talking about.
This woman has brought her own shopping bags to flex on Rodeo. All the shops are closed, by the way. Getting that TikTok and Instagram video.
Cigarettes and alcohol. Well, fun fact, social media has been described as more addictive than cigarettes and alcohol. When I was around 16, I would compare my reality to what I'd see on Instagram. I'd find myself shaming the 9-to-5 life and preaching the entrepreneurial route with no capital at hand. Because I would see all these people in my phone living in a perfect world. So I'd find myself trying to meet unrealistic.
There ain't no perfect world, bro. To any youngins watching me, to any old head watching me and having a self-doubt in his life, there ain't no perfect world, bro.
Expectations, trying to rush life. People tend to either get impressed or become weirded out when I tell them I'm on my weekly social media break. And this was because I fell into the rabbit hole of realizing how fake and processed the social media really is. Meaning what people show on there is not what it really is in real life. And this video is just to scratch the surface of things. Talk about things that are kind of serious, you feel me? Let me give you guys an example. Here's what everybody thinks an angel from the Bible looks like. This is actually what biblical angels look like. Crazy, right? The gram versus reality. I met this one girl, you know, solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, what's the evidence though? What's the evidence that this is what they look like? What's the evidence is that this is what angels look like? Like the bottom one over here, this looks like it got wings, it got a face, it's beautiful. But this one on the right, this one on the left. Where's the evidence?
Like crazy, right? The gram versus reality. I met this one girl, you know, solid 8 out of 10 on Instagram. But reality has something different to say. Reality was like,
you're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Me and this Instagram baddie, we meet. What I seen on Instagram was different from what I was physically looking at in person. Let's just say that's the whole meaning of the word Instagram reality. There's this Reddit with 1 million member actually called Instagram reality. I will let them explain it. Social media is a breeding ground for Facetune and Photoshop. It's unbelievable how some people get away with it, while others don't. If you're still confused on what this whole thing is, they expose boys and girls on the cap they post on Instagram versus what they really are in real life. Here's a Roblox character, here is an Instagram model. I don't know.
Damn, what is this?
It was made in China. And here's a girl that when did God start manufacturing IMVU?
No, this is obvious that this is Photoshop.
Why go to the dentist when you could just pinch your teeth on? Here's a picture of a girl in which she posted on her Instagram. And here is that same girl in an unedited photo where somebody tagged her.
I mean, bro, you're just gonna get roasted, bro. If you don't look the look that you showed, and then you take a pic, you modify it. It's like you modify it, edit it, and everything, and then you upload it, and then you're seen on a stream or on another pic that you don't look that anyway, bro. This would just ruin your reputation. You feel me? Like nowadays, I feel like nowadays Photoshop is not like how it was back then with Instagram. I think people are getting into the phase of showing their reality more. Yeah.
Imagine getting exposed by a tag photo. No words. I have no words for this. Fiending for likes. Instagram, as we all know it, has become a place where people can post about.
Is that Deontay Wilder, bro?
Trip they got on, how much money we make.
You trying to run this shit up? You don't need no sleep.
You know, I'm not gonna talk much. I'm gonna let the demonstration do this talking. I'm gonna show y'all some prime examples. Here's a model called Azra Mion with 94.5 thousand followers at the time this picture was taken on what seems to be a private jet. There's 2 lovely ladies wearing the lovely red.
This is these are the hold on.
Mariah Isabel, another model.
Can I get back for a second?
Taken on what seems to be a private jet. There's 2 lovely.
This the woman of
ladies wearing
forgot, bro.
red. On a cool looking private jet. Here's Mariah Isabel.
By the way, the best thing you did is blur everything by the way.
Great pictures, right? Looks like they're all swimming in cash for them to be, you know, to be able to.
But it looks like the same thing.
Jet. According to Google, you can expect to pay $1,300 all the way up to $3,000 to rent a jet that can seat 4 to 6 people. Where are these girls getting these money from? Are these girls really paying these fees, or this is all just an illusion? One thing that's common in the pictures I just showed you, these girls are in LA, and a lot of things can be found in LA. Another thing, if you noticed, these 3 pictures were all taken on the jet with the same white seat.
Yeah, come on, bro. Don't show all that skin, bro.
The same type of window shape. So I thought to myself, it's something really fishy here. I went on a quick Google search and guess what I found? I found out that this very well famous private jet can be rented for $50 per hour. And if you want to rent it for 12 hours at a time, it would be, let's say, $35 per hour.
Hey, reporting live, it's Trap Bunny.
So this famous jet is actually a photo studio with the main photo area that we see in everybody's pictures. More pictures of the main photo area.
Yeah,
The
that's some
makeup
scammers,
background,
bro.
and stuff. Some more backroom photos. The whole photo area, what you see from the inside. Another view of what you see from the inside. Another random backroom photo. A lonely couch. Hangers and lights for whatever you may need it for. And finally, what the whole stunt room looks like.
Yeah, that's some scam. But I mean, I think the first girl is the one that looks like the Photoshop girl. But I mean, the second one, the second two, maybe they were just like taking normal photos, not like intending to be looked at as being in a private jet. You feel me? You feel me, bro?
But look, I ain't flying in no jet that is built entirely off of wood chips. But, you know, to each their own. With Mark Zuckerberg being the CEO of Instagram and Facebook,
Zuck.
the biggest social apps currently, he is aware of all these illusions. I remember when the news came out that Instagram was planning on removing the like counter, and all these Instagram influencers went into an instant panic. Mark was the same man that said
They did.
be less interested in how many likes a post gets and focus more on connecting with other people. But why was this whole like button even a thing? There were, I should call them experts, that were questioning and researching the effects of social media on the mental health. But we'll talk about that later.
Perfect. Okay. Stupid. Perfect.
How do you feel after filming this and then you have to clean all this up? I'm all for
I don't know,
entertainment
bro.
and everything, but it's just, I have to show y'all a little example of what's currently hot right now. This makes my head hurt. Growing scams and fraud.
Yeah, you gotta degrade. Hold on. You gotta degrade yourself to be looked at as a cool, to be having people looking at you, to have people following you. I think, bro, the whole concept of having people, wanting to have people to follow you, bro, is dangerous as itself, bro. If you don't got the sauce, you don't got the sauce, bro. You don't gotta downgrade yourself. You don't gotta throw dirt in your face. You don't gotta throw syrup all over your house. You don't got to be valid, to be relevant, bro. If you don't got it, you don't got it. You feel me? If you're not funny, you're not funny. You know, if you don't get the personality, bro, don't be putting that personality on you and making it look fake, bro. If you don't got it, you don't got it. That's how it is. You feel me?
19-year-old woman and 2 men in their 20s were arrested at their Rancho Cucamonga apartment.
Tens of thousands of people fall victim to these scams every year.
Reports of internet crime skyrocketed.
Instagram has become a growing place for internet theft and people masking themselves to be what they are. Here is Ray Hushbutton. His lifestyle was not fake, he just was a true finesser. Here is Ray in front of a Rolls Royce that has a market value of $340,000. Here's the same guy with the $150,000 Richard Mille watch. But all this what I just showed you, imagine all of it disappearing at a snap of a finger.
Frage.
That's when you get fast money, y'all. You get that fast money. And it's either your life will end up fast, both ways. Either being thrown in some bars. So
Dubai police have once again solved yet another case involving an international online scammer.
At the start,
He
Ray
was at
sold
Dubai.
secondhand clothing in Nigeria. He had a reputation as a Yahoo boy and, you know, as I like to say, a 419. And these are local slang terms we Nigerians use for a cyber criminal. During this time with the money that was stolen,
oh, so
Ray
okay.
left
Yahoo
Nigeria
means like a
and
cyber
went to
criminal.
Malaysia, and from there he went to the UAE. As he continued to do his fraud online, he built an Instagram following from the clothes, the jewelries, and the cars he would post on his social media. You know what I'm thinking right now? When are we gonna have a modern day Robin Hood? Somebody that takes and gives to the community. But I guess
Oh, we got one. There's an Algerian kid. I think he hacked a lot of. Bro, if you want me to cover that up or react to video about that situation, bro, please, if anybody watched the video, comment, tell me. We got there's an Algerian kid that hacked a lot of banks. You feel me? He hacked a lot of banks, and when he hacked them bags, I think he sent them to poor people, and I don't know, either he sent them to Palestine or he sent them to Africa. So he sent a lot of, like, he was a truly a Robin Hood, and he's now sent to prison. He's now still in prison. So yeah, there's a Robin Hood, bro. Believe me.
What I'm saying is there are sources out there that has said Ray has not lifted any of his old friends from poverty, and he has also ignored multiple warnings from friends and families regarding his lifestyle. What's crazy about all this is one of his close associates even revealed that his dad is still a cab driver in Lagos.
Wow.
But, you know, whenever Ray would be asked what he did for money, he would often shrug it off and tell people he was a real estate developer. And he also has it right here on his Instagram bio. According to Glassdoor, a real estate developer can only expect to make as high as $160,000 a year. But everything Ray had acquired would all be gone on the night of January 2020.
6 raids were carried out simultaneously while the suspects were sleeping in their Dubai
They
residences.
found more than $37 million in cash, not counting what he had in different accounts all over the world. They also took the luxury cars that were used in his photos and sentenced them to 2 decades behind bars. I'd like to go into further details about this and make a whole separate video on this whole case, because it's interesting if you really look into it. But there are tons of influencers.
Not that you only got nothing from out of that money. You didn't even, like, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, it's bad. But like, your father was still not even set in his life, bro. He didn't even secure. If he ate breakfast, he would have ate lunch. And he was flexing with your Rolls Royces, with your retro Millys, living in Dubai, bro, which is like a very luxurious, expensive lifestyle. You a piece of shit, bro. You should be thrown for 50 years in jail, 60 or 70 or 80, and maybe alive.
For the sake of watch time, I chose this story because it's interesting to hear. I want to take this time to say, if y'all are enjoying this video so far, look, leave a like button. It helps me out more than y'all think. I think it does. Shit. Comparison. I can 100% say I'm guilty
Got
of
you,
this
brother.
myself. Let me use YouTube for example in this case. It wouldn't be Instagram because I never really cared about Instagram followers or anything like that. If I'm looking to the left, I say this all the time, I'm looking at my notes. I'd see people with less subscribers than me blowing up from chasing, several trends. Y'all know I want to keep my content original, so whenever I see somebody chase a trend and he blows up over that shit, it gets me heated. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that shit get me furious. I would usually compare
Yeah, cause you're on your craft and you're trying to make original content, which I don't think I'm doing. And then somebody blows up and you feel like, yeah, I get you.
That's what I'm doing to them, and that was very terrible for my growth on YouTube. It would make me take breaks from YouTube trying to think of new content on how it could fit the trend. It wouldn't really be the trend, but it would be content that would match the trend. Basically trend jacking, that's what I call it. Instagram, and not only Instagram, all these social apps are really weird because nobody posts about their failure. Everybody seems to post their success stories on Instagram, it's themselves having an absolute blast. It's
But you got some.
Get on Instagram, you see the littest things on there right now. It's just
like the nearest example that comes to my mind, bro, when I think about people that even post their failures, is Kamaru Usman. Like he's a Nigerian brother too. Kamaru Usman, he was like only W's, bro, W's, and people didn't even imagine seeing him having an L. And when he lost, the first thing that he did, he posted a pic of him beating his opponent the first time and him in the rematch losing to him. And then at the bottom, he had another picture of him being like happy and all glorious and stuff like that. And then the caption, I think, is like, what's beautiful about this sport is that anything is expected or something like that. Which shows like the brother showed that he took an L and he took it bravely, you feel me? So you can find people. You can find people that shows their losses and try to motivate people.
I was talking to one of my friends. He'll probably watch this. His name is Aaron. He was like, we only want something because we see other people have it. If we never see other people have that thing, we would be content with what we have. And it was actually true. There was an interesting study at a university with monkeys. It's kind of a funny, but it's a sad study. The studies found that the monkeys were perfectly happy with exchanging their stones for cucumbers until they seen other monkeys exchanging their stones for grapes. The cucumber monkeys, they had a reaction to it. It's the same way with the social media thing. There's this unhealthy comparison culture that we seem to get.
And I have that as well. I have such an unhealthy thing if I see somebody doing something that I don't have, I want to be doing it. And that's why I'm so in love with sports. At the same time, I'm so toxic with sports because majority of the sports that I'm playing right now, I didn't get into them I only got into them is because I saw people that did it and they got like an attention that I didn't have, which made me like, okay, I want to do that and I want to do that better. I want to see like how people will react if I did that better. You feel me? Yeah.
We see Lexi in Dubai on Monday. We see James in freaking Aruba on Tuesday. They're like, why is my life so boring? You know, why am I stuck in this bubble of nowhere? Why am I here? And this is one of the things that I feel like is going to be real damaging to a lot of people. That's it briefly said. I could get into details, but you know, I don't want to make this too long. Mental health. The top social medias have been ranked on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the worst. That's the one for your mental health. We have YouTube on number 5, with number 4 being Facebook, with Snapchat being the 3rd, followed by Twitter, and the last being Instagram. It's crazy because these studies, I see it on myself. I would go out with friends, I would just see myself pulling out my phone out my pocket randomly and just trying to check DMs from y'all. So I'm used to getting DMs from y'all, and it just became a memory thing. I would just do it unconsciously. I found
No, I do that. I check my phone to see like if someone, a friend or a family member send me a DM. But I don't do that because I want attention. I only do that to check. You feel me? I don't know.
Really weird about myself. I'm happy I got rid of that shit. I had to put a stop to it. I started taking weekly breaks from social media from 2019. And now putting my phone down to even do work, to work on videos, is not even a problem for me. If you've seen the Black Mirror episode where people can upvote or downvote each other in real life, you get a sense for how Instagram operates virtually. We live in a town where your popularity and respect is linked to the amount of likes your photo can get. But Tunde, if Instagram does all this, why do you still use it? I gotta look at it from my perspective. This YouTube game is the game, and I'm just a player in the game. The amount of followers I have is to establish an authority as a brand and make TFG stronger. At the end of the day, for you to get a brand deal, you gotta have some sort of following. And I also don't want to miss out on the opportunity of networking with other people. Like I said, this was gonna be just the surface. I want to get into like crimes that actually happen on Instagram. I might do that on the part 2. Just leave a like. Let me know that y'all want this. That's how we communicate. You know, that's how I know y'all want these videos.
I think it was a dope video, bro. It was a dope video. I think, bro, keep going, keep expanding your network, as you said, and hope you the best. See ya.